Dermott. What did we even get for Dermott? They just dumped him, eh? What did we even get for Dermott? Can someone please tell me? I just keep seeing he got ditched off to Vancouver, and I never really hear about anything we get back. Yeah, third round, okay. I don't know. I don't know, man. It depends on what it leads to, right? It depends on what it leads to, because clearly to me, that's a move where they need the money back. You know what I mean? Jets third rounder, right? Okay. Hey, there you go. Thanks, Winnipeg. I know it wasn't directly yours, like directly to us, but we got your stuff, man. But yeah, no, like you're ditching Dermott because you want the money. You want the money back, so it's a matter of just get this guy out of here. We'll get as much as we can for him. It's no disrespect, it's no harm, no foul, but you gotta go, bud. Go enjoy your time, right? So off to Vancouver you go. You know what I mean? There's some former Leafs over there. You might see some familiar faces. You might feel at home a little bit. Might be good for him. I don't know. I never really had a problem with him, you know? So we wish him well as Leafs fans, right? Tried and true white and blue Leafs fans, you know what I mean? That's, we always like former players, even if it is Phil Kessel. I like him still as a person, just he drove me nuts as a Leaf. I digress. So that's that. We got Dermott out. We got Mrazek on waivers. Did he clear waivers? Did anybody pick him up? Has anybody picked up Mrazek yet? You know? We got to know if Mrazek is on his way out the door. I don't know if it's going to help, man. They picked up another goalie, too. Who'd they pick up? I forget his name. Like, it just seems like other people are making major moves here, man. And the Leafs are like, you know, nickel and diamond. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm not saying they have to make moves. They could have kept the team exactly the way it is for all I care. Until they learn to play a better system as a whole. I don't think it matters what players you use, you know? I don't think the system they're trying to achieve works. I don't think it does. But yeah, so everyone's all like, you know, on me about that. Like, oh, look, Mrazek's on waivers. Haha, you thought he wasn't the problem. He's not the problem. You know, and again, if you want to clear space, who you gonna get rid of, Mrazek or Campbell? That's a no-brainer. So again, a move like that, even to some extent, is like, okay, well, where are you going with this, right? This is kind of like a two-parter, perhaps. You know, they're clearing the space, so the big thing is coming down the line, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's not really about his goaltending. Maybe they just have bigger plans. Everybody's expendable in the NHL, man. Especially this time of year. You know, if the right price came along for Matthews, you better believe as a GM, you better take it, you know? Like realistically, like if Edmonton went out of their mind, bat crap crazy, okay, had said to you, we'll give you McDavid, Draisaitl, a first rounder this year, a first round next year, and a first round after that if you give us Austin Matthews. Would you say no? Would you say no? You know what I mean? Now, I know I'm exaggerating. I know that exact trade would obviously never be offered. I get it. But the point is, everyone's got a price, right? Like, yes, theoretically, there could be a trade out there that if somebody wanted to make it for Matthews right now, you gotta pull that trigger. You gotta do it, right? Of course, that'd be nuts, though, eh? Holy jeez. Talk about team chemistry. Can't imagine what that would do, right? Yeah, that's right, Cobra. Wayne Gretzky got traded. I mean, that's the thing. You know, these youngsters, man, they don't understand, right? We basically saw the most unlikely trade of all time during our generation. Until that point, it had never been that crazy. Wayne Gretzky, in his prime, he wasn't even done yet, man. He was just getting warmed up. And he was already putting up, like, legendary numbers, and he was just getting warmed up. A few cups, you know, with Edmonton putting up big numbers, and he was like, okay, let's go. Oh, off to LA then, I'll go. He flipped that franchise around big time, man. The Kings became awesome. Him and Luke Robitaille, Kelly Rudy, I think, was a part of that too. Like, I don't know. And then what, Marty McSorley too? Oh, geez, what a guy. I would expect Doobie would at least consider it. Yeah, you'd have to at least consider it, right? Thoughts on the trade that fell through? Marc-Andre Fleury, 50% retained. That would have been nice. Yeah, Brandon Hagel for Mrazek. Matthew Nyes and multiple first round picks. I don't know. We declined the offer, by the way. Yeah, that's what I heard from, like, was Darren Dreger, I think, was putting that out. Jeez, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like I just feel like I haven't seen a clear definition of what this team is. Like, it's so inconsistent. Because it's inconsistent, what you need is inconsistent. What do? Do you give up a lot of future for something you think you need right now, and then the team plays completely different in the playoffs anyways? Do you know what I mean? Like, I really don't know how you're supposed to GM a team like this. It's so inconsistent. The highs are too high, the lows are so low. Like, I have no idea who you go and trade for right now. I know I'm not disappointed with anything I've seen so far, but I'm not thrilled by anything either. There's no groundbreakers. Campbell will be fine in the playoffs. We just need some defense. Hey, right on, crappy cannoli. Oh, there's no such thing as a crappy cannoli, though. Really, is there? I mean, there might not be legendary cannoli, but you know what I mean? Even a bad cannoli is a pretty good cannoli, no? I love cannoli, as you could probably tell. I'm probably not even saying it right, but, you know, I'm from Canada, man. That's just how, you know, I'm trying my best. Yeah, Leslie's down for that cannoli. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey. But yeah, man. Oh, so then we got, what after that? We got the biggest one for the day, I guess, so far, right? Is Giordano. Did I say that right? Mark Giordano? Legendary Calgary Flame for a long time. Right? Legendary Calgary Flame, Mark Giordano. Am I saying it right? Anyways, I wanted to show you who else was on the team. All right, I wanted to show you who else was on Seattle there, okay? Hopefully I still have it saved. I don't remember if I do. Let's check it out. So here are all the players on Seattle Kraken, okay? Seattle Kraken. Traded twice as a captain, though. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's not usually a good sign to me, right? Sorry, you said Freddie is on the Canes with good defense, and now look how he panned out. Boom, Cobra. I mean, like, how many times do we have to see this happen? You know what I mean? Before people pay attention. So back to Giordano Hero. Okay, be ready to laugh at me. He's a minus 21 with 55 games played. So I'm assuming that's pretty much the whole season. Missed a few games, at least 6, something like that. My math is all off. I don't know where they are in the schedule either. So if you look at the top of their plus minus, it's another defenseman. Carson Soucy only played 45 games though, but he's a plus 9, right? You got Jamie Oleksiak, who's 2 spots below him in third, right? Plus 4, and he's got 53 games played. Okay, you with me so far? So here we go. Does that mean that Giordano's a worse defenseman than those 2 guys? Well, there's also, if you think about it, you can make a case for time on ice. Giordano is 21 minutes and 29 seconds per game is pretty much what he gets, right? Then you come up here back to Soucy. He's 17 minutes and 14 seconds. Now, as we know, right, the external factors can have an effect on your plus minus. So, you know, they're all on a bad team, and Soucy's only getting 17 minutes. That's a lot less time to be exposed to potential negatives, right? Potential minuses. But then you look at Oleksiak, and he's got 19 minutes and 2 seconds. So he's really only a couple minutes behind Giordano, right? And he's crushing it in the plus minus on a bad team compared to Giordano. So, does that mean that Giordano's a worse defenseman? Again, maybe not. But I'll tell you right now, if I had a choice between the 2 of them, I don't know what they make. I'm only looking at NHLstats.com, and they don't have the salaries here, I don't think. But if they were willing to give me Oleksiak for whatever it is, half of what they would have given up for Giordano, I probably would have taken Oleksiak. Eat it. I probably would have. Now, if it's exactly the same, if you had to give up exactly the same, okay, well, that's where a lot more research has to be done, man. I need to know exactly why those pluses and minuses are happening. I need to know exactly how much of that is an outlier factor and how much of that is really them. I want to look into it. I want to compare. Right? I want to find out what's causing that. So, you know, you go a little bit more in depth. But if I could get Alexiak for half the price, I would have done it. I would have done it. Y'all be laughing at me. You'd be absolutely laughing at me for not taking Giordano. Why? Because he's got like 9 more points. I think he's clocking in around 23 points or something, and the other guys were like both tied at like 19 or something like that. Those other 2 defensemen. You know? See, you're saying Alexiak is a giant and physical, right? Absolute guys a unit, or absolutely guys a unit, says Stevis. You see what I'm saying? I didn't even know that. I'm just looking at the plus minus. I know nothing about either character's actual player styles, attributes, like what they're known for. I know their names, and I know that they make an impact on their games because people talk about them. If we're talking about what makes the press and stuff like that, these are names I know. Alexiak, right? Giordano. I get it. These are names I know. So I know there's got to be something about them that people talk about, right? Otherwise, why am I hearing them? But I used my little numbers there. You guys are telling me Alexiak is a giant and physical and an absolute unit. So, you know what I mean? This just in. The Nashville Predators have traded the Frosted Flakes guy. Multiple first-round picks. Somebody Saros and Roman Josi for the trubeleafer. No! Oh, man, I gotta go? Jeez. The word's coming in on my phone too. I'm getting the call from my agent. My bad, guys. My bad. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to repaint the wall, I guess. You know what I mean? Come up with a new logo, I guess. Thanks, man. Gio scares me. Traded while captain twice is weird, in my opinion. That could have just mean he's a very valuable player, though, too, right? Like, at the same time, there's always that part of it. Some players, you know, they get traded a lot because they're so valuable that teams get a lot back for them. So they're excellent trade bait when you need to get a fresh start, you know? It could be something like that. So it might not be an insult, but yeah, you know what I mean? You definitely want to see what's going on with the guy, right? Alexiak is literally the biggest guy in the Kraken. Well, hey, there you go. Purple Dino Man. I didn't even know that. But he sounds like my kind of guy, man. He sounds like the kind of player I want. Would you guys take Alexiak in the trade if you gave up the exact amount that the Maple Leafs gave up for Giordano? Would you take Alexiak if they were willing to make that? You clearly know I would, but now that you've heard what I had to say, and you guys know more about him, is that a fair assessment? You guys would take him? Trooper Predator, says Leslie. Trooper Predator. Oh, you know that's got to come up once somehow. I got to figure out a way to do that. But yeah, man. Yeah, that sounds wrong, eh? Says Cobra. Well, was there anything else? Is there anything else we need to discuss? I'd probably keep it pretty short tonight. I wasn't supposed to be on, but so much happened. I felt like we had to say something, you know? Did I miss anything? Anyone else want to sound off on something? Leslie would take him. Don't think they would have given him up, but yeah, I would have taken him over Gio. He's got a lot more time left. Hey, there you go, Dino Man. Yeah, like that's the thing. We're not saying that they're actually crazy enough to even do it, but like, it's funny that like we could just use that stat to find out how much people could be worth and everything. Like I literally know nothing about him other than his name and that he's a defenseman. Looking at that, and you guys are giving me all kinds of reasons why he's awesome. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Just like based on the stats and everything alone, I didn't know what happened in the Predators game last night. So we reviewed it. And it turns out the people that said, you know, it looks like the Predators just kind of outplayed them, I'd have to agree based on that. So the eyes, man, the eyes never lies. You know what I mean? The eyes never lies. It's what happens in here. It's what happens in here that lies. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? Guess what computers are? These. They're not these. They're these. Okay, not these. They're these. So I don't trust my brain. I trust my eyes. My eyes tell my brain. Does that make sense? I don't impose will onto what I want to see. I see it, and then my brain interprets. You see what I'm saying? A big part of me wanted to use that game yesterday as proof as to what I'm talking about, but I can't. Not based on what I saw in those highlights. It looks like they straight up just got outplayed by a better team. So I am absorbing and then interpreting, not imposing on what my eyes see. Does that make me sound full of myself? Probably. What can you do when you tell the truth, though? You know what I mean? All the truth sounds crazy to people, right? That's why we don't tell the truth all the time. We sound like total nut jobs. All right, so I'm going to keep lying too. You guys keep lying, I'll keep lying. Gotta play Tampa or Florida. Thoughts on that? Hey, man, Cobra, you know, who are we scared of? Who are we scared of, man? The only fear I have is for the Leafs. Right? The Leafs can't beat themselves. They gotta get past that. If they get past that, Florida, Tampa, Boston, I don't care who you got. Colorado, bring them all on, man. The Leafs have beat them at times when they shouldn't have. They find ways to win against teams like that. They play better against better teams. Bring them on, man. Right? I mean, the Leafs almost got handcuffed against Montreal because it was like they were so bad that the Leafs started psyching themselves out. You know what I mean? It's like that kid that's so far ahead in the race, and then all of a sudden he starts looking up at his mom and dad, and everyone's cheering. They get overwhelmed, and and they trip and fall, and they come last place. Like, that's kind of the Leafs right now. So you need the real rivalry in the first round is keeping the blinders on, focus on what they got to do. You know what I mean? Focus. Get there, get it done. Doesn't matter about who you're facing, right? So, but good question though. Good question. Because yeah, that's a concern for a lot of people, and it's rightfully so. Those are two really dangerous teams. Really dangerous teams. But I don't know. I've seen the Leafs play against Florida teams pretty well. At least Tampa. I can't say about the Panthers. I didn't put that much research into them, but I know the Leafs have played pretty well against Tampa in the past 4 years. Something like that. So bring them on, man. Like I said, bring Boston back. Chop them in half too. Why not? I don't even care, man. Let's go. Love my Leafs, guys. I think that's about it, though, eh? Thanks for all those cheers there, Leslie. Thanks for the awesome questions. All right, Cobra, AKZ, Thievis, everybody, thanks for the surprise show. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it now. I gotta start making videos out of this stuff, and and then keep her going. All right, we'll be back tomorrow, I guess, after the game. I think there's one tomorrow, right? Or whenever it is. You know where to find me. Peace, guys.